Welcome back to our 30th anniversary campaign and Jurassic Park Japan 1999. Our new mission should be in the corner of the screen. If I did it right. Yep. Ingen's new CEO Peter Ludlow has asked for us to select a random, or asked, he is not asked for us to select. He has selected a new carnivore for us to add to the park and a new herbivore. So we are obligated to do so. So let's spin for a random carnivore. This is loud, amongst other things. Alright. That's not a dinosaur, Ludlow, but that sounds like something Ludlow would pick. A thing that's not a dinosaur. So these are only the new species that are added to this map. So this does not include anything from that was available on Nublar or was available on Sorna. So that's specifically why only these 8 are here, and like Metriacanthosaurus and Allosaurus aren't here. I'd also like to point out that there's a lot of references in the species I've selected for this second round. Right, we've got Dimetrodon because it was in the original Kenner toy line for Jurassic Park. We've got Albertosaurus because it was in Trespasser. We've got every original trilogy film canon species, with a handful of exceptions. Spinosaurus is not here, which is why I have Suchomimus, because Suchomimus is mentioned by name in Jurassic Park 3. And then we filled it in with a few other ones like Monolophosaurus and Megalosaurus, just to flesh out the roster, basically. Megalosaurus is one of the original 3 dinosaurs in the world in terms of discovery, so it feels like something that should show up sooner rather than later in a park build. It's just weird that we've never actually had Megalosaurus in the franchise. All right, I'm going to pause here and set up the wheel for our herbivore selection. Oh, also, I should mention, this doesn't include aquatics or aviary creatures, because those are... treat those as a separate thing, right? There's specifically going to be a lagoon mission coming up too. Aviary is completely optional, but you're never forced to have an aviary in the campaign. In this stage of the campaign, you are forced to have one on Nublar, of course, as we saw in the past. And one final thing, the DLC creatures don't get into these wheels. They don't get into the randomization. You get a specific mission for the DLC creatures if you're using the DLC creatures. DLC in quotation marks. They're actually, modded creatures, but we're treating this like a DLC campaign, so they would be creatures included with the DLC. So whatever the mysterious dinosaur is, we'll have to have that in the park guaranteed as a mission, so it doesn't get in the randomizer. Now this wheel is a little more packed. A lot of herbivores unlock on this island. The unlocks for the 3rd island are there's a lot less herbivores that unlock on the final mission on the 4th island, the 3rd park build. So a lot of them unlock here. Yeah, again, a bunch of things here that actually reference things from the franchise. Chasmosaurus was in the Lost World toy line. The DPG says that there was Pachyrhinosaurus DNA in the original Jurassic Park, like 8% or something. And Kylosaurus is from JP3. I included J-Pog, so Homolocephaly, and Monosaurus, which is also in Lost World as a skeleton. Alamosaurus is the skeleton from the Visitor Center. Diplodocus is in the novelizations for JP3. Aranosaurus is again J-Pog. Iguanodon, it has a die-cast in the original Jurassic Park merch line. Torosaurus is J-Pog, etc. There's a few things like Nodosaurus and Wurosaurus, which are just early game herbivores that we've slotted in here to fit them in, and like Chungking and Owango, just because, we don't want to delay all the Stegosauruses to the 3rd island. That'd be weird. Yeah, that's basically it. Let's spin the wheel. No whammies. Okay. Owangosaurus in the park. We dodged 2 jokes to land on the one that I didn't make a joke on, the little card here on the wheel. How about that? That's not content. We've gone ahead and laid out a bunch of stuff in the park. We've got our large amenities now instead of mediums, which are already at capacity. We've got another hotel coming in here. We've got a hatchery bay set up to release more Pachycephalosauruses, Polacanthus, Gallimimuses, whatever we need to put into the main herbivore enclosure. And then, yeah, we've also got this little research and expedition area down here with the first staff center. We can't do genetics yet, but we can do some upgrades. So we might want to upgrade our hatchery before we go ahead and start hatching anything. So I think, so what I did in the mod here, I inverted the upgrades and flipped them around. So for the current tier of upgrades, we get access to cheaper genetics, which doesn't do anything, and accelerated growth. So the only available upgrade for the hatchery is accelerated growth. And that's to keep it kind of themed around the original Jurassic Park stuff, where cloning dinosaurs is hard. So we can't improve the chance of eggs actually hatching successfully yet. So the only option that matters is going to be the accelerated growth. And that seems reasonable that we'd, we can at least incubate the eggs faster, even if we can't ensure their success better. This is not immediately important for us, so I think we won't do that. In fact, I don't think we want any other staff yet, other than what it takes to do some polacanthuses, probably. Yeah, and we'll want to do expedition yield here pretty soon, too. We could do that. Let's see. Let's take a look. Generalist, altruistic, a logistics specialist, 350,000 though. That's kind of bad. Kind of bad. These people are training levels 1 and 2, so they should start with points, because we did get up to 3 on staff training on the original island. So there's that. 189. Let's look at the costs. So 94 here on altruistic, but the 3 genetics, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, so we probably want you. If we grab you, that gets us 5 genetics and 3 welfare. Then we just need a few more welfare points. We could grab cheaper research, but I don't think we need cheaper research that much because a lot of other stuff is done. Motivated, 189, faster. It might be cheaper research. Or we get this generalist, but that's really expensive. No, let's do that. Let's do you, and you, I think. We'll grab you first because you're the best scientist here. That should spawn a new one, right? Okay, motivated. Okay, no, this motivated's better. I take motivated over cheaper research here. So we skip the logistics specialist, maybe, for now. No, just 3 welfare. So maybe not. Cheaper research person number 2, you're inferior though, because the cost difference. Yeah, let's grab the 1 logistics person, that's fine. And they do have a ton of points. So 3, 1, and 3. Oh, the motivated person was level 3. That explains why they looked so much better in terms of stats. That totally tracks. That's already 8 genetics. That's a lot of staff to bring on right now, but I think it's fine. Oh, and specialists are good here because we do get the specialist facility upgrade. Essentially, the vast majority of building upgrades are currently available to us. It's just the few on the upper end, and then the hatchery stuff that's only shows up on the 3rd island. That is the big change with the research trees here is just doubling the number of species and then adding a lot of building upgrades. That's essentially the major changes. Like every research tree gets replaced in the code, but most of the changes are just to remove prerequisites so that you can hatch right away. So we want Polacanthus right now to just get another species into the park while we're setting everything up. The real question is, did I have a skin picked out for this? And I bet you I didn't. So I'm going to pause and figure out the skin. Yeah, I did. I did have one. So this is another JP Institute skin. This is Amazon Pulcrana, which I think is green. Normally Amazon's green. It's yellow here. Pulcrana is yellow and purple. That's a style for sure, dude. All right, let's get you. We'll do these 2. And then I'm going to send the logistics specialist on a research not expedition, but a research mission, whatever you want to call it. Research job. Let's do the upgrades for the science center and all this stuff. At least the first tier. Yeah. Okay. Now, where are we going to put Dimetrodon? So I think we want to do probably a second section of the park in the back here. So we can plan for an additional herbivore enclosure. with the tour cutting through both herbivore enclosures and then ending up at a second section back here on the other side of the lake. I think that's what we're going to plan on. I think that's how we'll build.
Here's something that should be of interest to you. The details are on your screen.
Yeah, because Hoangosaurus will have to be back in a third pen because it can't go with the Stegosaurus and it can't go with the Polecanthus. So we definitely need a third one. What do we got? Mamenchisaurus sleeping. It'd be nice to find something to cohab with the Stegos, but that might never happen. And if it doesn't, well, a Stego exclusive pen is not the end of the world. It's sleeping! No, I did the wrong thing. Forgot the button. Damn it. Not sleeping anymore. We missed it. Where's the other one? Damn it. Oh well. We'll get it later. It's not like we need the money that much. Alright. 2 eggs. Needy, large appetite, defensive. These should be fine, but the negative traits here shouldn't matter that much. We need to finish the research, though. Okay. So that's a full squad task. So I think I'm going to airlift these guys in because the Ankylosaurs are a little slow. So I want to put him over by the... I'm going to go ahead and slap in the upgrades, I think. Yeah, we have plenty of power. We could have done this on the small, but only just barely. Once we hit the upgrades, that wouldn't have been true anymore. So we'll do yield. We'll do extraction capacity because I like extraction capacity. This is going to probably be specialist facility, so let's leave that blank for now. Also, the building's misaligned, and that makes me sad. Oh, I think they hit like, I think this building's footprint is inaccurate. Because these two are aligned very well, and just this one isn't. There's no way I slid this back and then slid this one back forward to line up, right? I'm going to believe that I didn't mess that up and that the game tricked me. Because that makes me feel better about myself, and so I like that. Rangers, we could do scanners, but I'm starting to feel like scanners is pointless. Because, like, yeah, that doesn't seem like that much time. Maybe if you've got a lot of really threatening carnivores and you really just want to get your dudes out of the way, that might make sense. This is quite the viewing gallery here, I'm not gonna lie. This is like right on the watering hole. You're gonna see some shit if you come over here to this viewing gallery. Yeah, you point at those parasaurs. That is in fact a parasaur. Good job, guy.
This is the Polecanthus, and it's covered in armor plates.
I would
and
like more
spikes.
pachycephalosaurs, but we
Mess
need to
with this
finish
animal
the
at your own
genome.
risk.
We also do have one more synthesis we can do for a existing species. And I was thinking Triceratops, because having Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, and Stegosaurus together in a park sounds good to me. But if we do that, we need a 4th herbivore enclosure. Because the Pachycephalosaurus cohab just doesn't work. We could move out a dinosaur from this pen. What if we put the paras in with the Hoangos? Ooh, what if we do that? That might work. Wait, hold on. Because let's look at the Pachycephalosaurus cohab stuff here. So it doesn't like ceratopsians, but the issue right now is just that there's too many goddamn parasaurs in this pen, and if we remove the parasaurs, we can remove the nut, which is good. I doubt Hoangosaurus eats nut, but it might. Polecanthus, rather. What do you got? So that's... Sure, yeah, I mean, it's purple and yellow. You're not wrong. It's not bad looking or anything. It just could have been more exciting. Also, honestly, fucking forgot Polecanthus was this small. What the fuck? He's just a little guy. Look at this little guy. He's not like Crichtonsaurus little, but he is pretty small. I mean, a lot of Ankylosaurs are small. And a lot are big. Relatively big. Well, anyway, No chance in hell the Memenchis are sleeping yet. Right? 1, 2. Yeah, no shot. Okay. Let's take a look at the ratings. So 88%. We need more shops. No config issues, though. That's it. All we need is shops. So smalls won't fit. Why don't we just jump to a set of... Well, you know what? Let's just do larges. If we can. Oh, no. Well, we can't there. What was it? 80%? No, 80% is not enough to support larges. If we put in mediums, we can actually use this space, which seems good. Alright, well, I'll put in food here then. Yeah, I guess this is something like this with a little bit of orange is just a safety valve in case it comes up. So drinks, shopping. So drinks over here is probably the play. Shopping probably just goes over here too, but we could think about putting it on the other side and just splitting them up a little bit. We just have to find a spot for it that makes that work. Which is maybe not going to be a thing that really happens, but, you know, maybe. I mean, we can always put it, like, right here, but I just don't want to build in that direction quite yet, because that's, like... That's our main area for expansion, you know? Oh, we could stick it in here in front of the Jeeps. That feels bad, though. We'll just put it here. Here? We'll put it here. It's weird, but it leaves us, like, potentially a bigger space for something else. But very marginally so. It probably doesn't actually make a difference for anything ever fitting in that spot, but maybe? Maybe it matters? These are not updated yet. How's the Polacanthus? Yeah, no, he's good. He's plenty good. I probably want more Polacanthus. And then we can get going on our other guys. I wonder, Dimetrodon doesn't fight certain things. I think we'll still do a separate Dimetrodon enclosure somewhere. I don't think we want to mess with it too much. Oh, I got an idea for an enclosure for Dimetrodon. Something we can play with later. Let's do the Stegosaurid first then. So let's 1 and 4. You know what? No, hold on. Let's do it like this. Let's go dig up Pachycephalosaurus with the logistics person if we can. Yeah, perfect. You do that. Meanwhile, we can synthesize more Polacanthus. Because I think I'd like to have, like, maybe around 4 of these guys, if we can get them. And that's a 2-person job. And then when they're back, we can put another point of welfare into somebody else so that one of the people can do fossils while we hatch. I think that would be a bit more optimal. Are you sleeping? No. Just walking through the pine trees. Which makes sense, because you'd have had a lot more pine trees back in, like, the Jurassic. Like, a lot of, well, maybe not pine trees, per se, but conifer-type trees. And less of the deciduous stuff. Alright. Well, so far, it's a little weird that we got a big sandy patch, and then a big plant patch, and then just a fine open lake with no issues. But that's how these things work out sometimes. 1 viable egg. Seems fine. Expedition is not back anytime soon. Yeah, so we want to leave the altruistic for fossil duty, which means putting... I guess we'll put the point into you. I'm going to just put it in now so I don't forget. But we need to finish the dig first. So why don't we... pause here and let that dig finish, and I can start the herbivore pen in the back. All right, our first batch of fossils for this run is in. We could probably process that. This is close to completed, actually. Let's do it. And I already put the point of welfare in, so we can go ahead and pivot over and hatch this egg. So we will do that. And then I think we go out and do a dig, and then we synthesize another egg at the same time. That's the plan. So these are the herbivore and Dimetrodon pens that I've planned out. Put in over here, continuing the perimeter around the perimeter of the crater, with a little bit of water from the main lake for the herbivores there, and going from there. The Metrodons will need their own water source, but they need a lot of water anyway, so we'll have to turn this into a bit of a swamp. But we could do that. That'll be fine. Not actually my original plan for what I was going to do with the Dimetrodon pen, but I like the wedge. I like the size of this here. I just want to cut part of this pen down. We'll find a nice juicy sauropod to put in there. Maybe Alamosaurus. It's been a while since we've used Alamosaurus in a park. Might be a good time to use it. Now this egg is ready to go. Missing via airlift. Mr. Polacanthus. Why don't you come down over here? It should be fine. Any chance we have sleeping Menchies in the park right now? Probably not. Look at how crowded this pen is. One there, neither sleeping unless they sleep standing up. Alright. Synthesize one more clutch. We did the extraction already? Yeah, we did. One more dig for Pachycephalosaurus. 92%. That is the only location. That looks like it. Very well. Go get it. Yeah, so that should be good. I don't want to move the parasaurs until we have more reason to. So I think we want to do the research push towards the Dimetrodons and Huangosaurus before we do anything else. 3 more. Okay, I mean, I'm fine with all 3 of these. We can go 6 Polacanthus. I'm not opposed to that. We've never really had like 6 before. They are needy and their scaling is very poor. But I can only assume, given the size of the enclosure, they'll be fine. If they end up sticking too close together, territory decay might render them bad. And if that's the case, that's tragic, but that's what it ends up being. Are you in a hole in the ground, kinda? Maybe. Well, that's like the intended view with the remote viewing things. Not the BIOS and towers in this case, but the remote viewing galleries. You look at swamp trees a bunch. Wow, how cool. And this does work with this one over here not being enabled on anything. I guess it's powered, so maybe that's why it still works. It's good that it does, anyway. How old are the Rexes? 66, 23. So they won't live that long. What about the compies? 31, 72. Okay, so it didn't take, like... It took, like, 10 years in-game setup, basically. From the point where we synth the copies to where we synth the Rexes. That's not the worst. Let's check these fossils, and then we can get some other stuff going here. So, it is factually completed there. Okay, yeah. Motivated person does fossils while everybody else rests. We hatch the egg after everybody else is back and fossils are completed. And then we can synth Pachycephalosaurus. I want to get more Pachycephalosaurs out, too, before we do anything else here. I just want to up the density of their territory at least a little bit. Can you get out of there, Ranger? The dough is going to destroy you. Comfort 97%, huh? Oh, because you've lost... Well, let's do a little more water then, I guess. Really? I mean, it is territory decay because they just haven't been close enough to the water here to update. Let's watch as it drinks. Yeah, okay, 7%. That's just a little bit of a better margin on that. So that's just... Do like flatten here? Oh, okay, that's why that's being weird, because there's little glitched bits of terrain with the terrain tools like that where they won't like flatten out. So it's still not bad. Okay, well, everything's good. You're fine. Stop being a big baby.
I'm working with the raptors.
Stop being a big baby.
You know, I'm one of them. No stress. That's what we want with the animals.
96% because they're missing the corner. Like, they have the smallest enclosure they can have, and they still can't maintain the territory. How tragic. That's just like a scathing indictment of territory decay and the balance they've set the game to have now. Still haven't modded it back. I do intend to do that, but I kind of want to play through this without it just to get a, you know, the full experience that everybody else has, but we could do something about that. Like, we could do something about that as part of the mod. Don't think we could put her to a 4 and have her do research. You know what? Money is pretty good. We'll need the 9 genetics eventually anyway. Oh, but she doesn't have a point of logistics. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? So we can do the Wuro to push to Chungking Hwango. We'll do that. Alright. And that's going to be a few minutes. Polacanthus are on the way. I fixed the duplicated drink amenity that I put in on accident and turned it to shopping, which gets us to break 3 stars already here in episode 2, but we got quite a ways to go. Because we're less than half on species target. And if we tick over too soon, we'll adjust the goals to meet the intended experience. In terms of our profit margins, those are still really good. The profit margin being equal to the upkeep cost is pretty sick. Income tax is kicking in there, and that's doesn't even matter. We're still doing good. We'll have to keep an eye on these Polacanthus. But we're ready for more Pachycephalosaurs. So these are 4, so she can do these alone again. Yeah, they're pretty quick, so let's just check what we get for a batch here.
Asset in transit. Asset
3. Four on welfare. Yeah, let's do that. And then, well, what's the timer? A minute? We can find a research task to do as well. I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous episode, but yeah, the intent is that the vaccines have to be re-researched on every map. Slightly different variants, slightly different strains in different parts of the world, right? It makes sense. That's the logic. And that's just to preserve some of the difficulty of disease, at least. That's the actual reason. There's not going to be like anything for us to bother. Zip lines? We could do zip lines. Sure. Sure. We could put a zipline exhibit in, that's fine. Not sure what for yet, but, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll find a thing. We'll find a reason. Oh, and we should check the Momenchi happiness, because we did take away... No, they're fine. They just need to move around enough to get it. I mean, they have a lot of open space, so, I mean, there's probably an argument to do a bit of this. Just thicken up this trees here, too, on the other side. Just to make it a little easier on the fellas. The paras, yeah, the paras now probably don't have... Oh, no, they're missing ground nuts somehow. Probably some got deleted. I intend to move them, but I'm still going to give them enough ground. Oh, because of the tour. Yeah, the tour definitely deleted some ground nut. Because it's all right there in the front. Polacanthus margins still look really good. That's actually genuinely surprising.
asset transportation complete.
And that's with 5. There's still 1 more coming in, but 1's not going to completely upset the apple cart. I'm just going to airlift these guys as well. If it was a larger group, I'd just release them straight in, but... Yeah. Let's do 1 more round of Pachycephalosaurs. That's enough Polacanthus. But double digit on Pachycephalosaurus feels correct to me. There's the zip line. We'll just hang out here.
Asset
until these guys are ready. If we can keep the genetics person separate, I think we can do Dimetrodon. Okay, I'll take all 7 of these. I'm down for that. Yeah, so we do you two. And then we can pop into the research tree. Carnivores. Oh, well, we need Cerato first. So, prerequisites, it is. Not a problem. Okay, there we go. That's another minute
Has been delivered.
on
Asset
both.
transportation in progress.
Keep the wrong one there first. Not like it really matters that much.
Transportation underway.
Yeah, the Pachycephalosaur margins are like, they're just going to be really good. It's not going to be a concern. Okay. Am I starting to... I'm going to just try and complete this Mementosaurus contract out of some sunk cost fallacy. Jeep. Jeep, 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 jeep. We gotta go. He's schnoozing. Go. Sneak into his apartment and take a picture of him while he sleeps. Fucking perfect bank turn. Totally. Don't you wake up. I know the sun is coming, but don't you wake up. Sleeping Mementosaurus. Oh, we did it. Okay. Okay. Contract. That's what I'm doing. My brain was like, what are we doing? What are we here for? Build an aviary. Increase your rating. Increase the number they get. Well, we'll do one of those. And these eggs can just run out here. Open this gate.
Boom! That's another objective down. You're really making a name for yourself.
More people in the park means more opportunities for things to go sideways. Our
You don't
posture
say.
should be proactive. If we're reacting, we're already too late.
Yeah, so they'll be missing some stuff till they move out and really develop a territory. The correct skin color, right? Not, yeah, Great Sandy, not whatever the weird default is. Colors always look a little weird when they release at night. Okay, that should be everybody back. So, you need a rest. But, if we go to carnivores, what is the Dimetrodon requirement? Okay, yeah, that's just a 1 and a 4. I'm willing to throw both of them on it. It's like really overdoing it, but then we can go do a dig maybe. So we'll do that. I guess we're doing Dimetrodon first. We can do Triceratops at any point, so maybe we should set up another section over here to get the dinosaurs moved out. Yeah, let's start that. So we're gonna want probably a viewing gallery over here for the Dimetrodons. Sure, we can skew it a little bit. That should be fine. And then we're gonna want probably another viewing gallery as far over here as the hillside will let us go. It doesn't get us to the water, but that's fine. And let's do one of these, and we'll do it like this. That way it doesn't end up slightly offset or anything weird. And then viewing galleries of the remote variety. We can do the log, but I think the log looks really weird. Like, without like a hillside for it to clip into or something, it's just strange having this floating log. I mean, it's not floating, obviously. It's got the pillar underneath, but I like the domes a lot better. So, the tour covers all that really well. We need something down by the water. So let's do a little bit of this. Let's do something like this. Let's just extend out here from this little bit of land. Kind of just it's like a little rocky outcropping to put a dome on. How about that? And then we can push it back more and shrink it back down by some amount. If I put this here. No, we should have one there to like stretch way back there. This one should go like over here or something, which is probably fine. Let's do this. We'll do it like that. Perfect. Another nice waterfront viewing dome, but like a little bit different thing where it actually sticks out into the lake. Like look to the side, you can see the dinosaurs drinking. That's pretty cool. And then for the other one, give me again one of these guys. Put this basically right here. And then this dome goes way the fuck back here somewhere. So that one covers only that far. And the viewing gallery covers like that. So this probably goes about here. Here? Well, that's like the cars kind of there anyway. Put it here. Slightly on the slope in a weird way, but fine. Not even a problem. You get to look slightly uphill in one direction. Maybe that's a novel experience. I don't know. And then I think one more. I think we might as well just go crazy here to get visibility as high as possible. So if we put in one here, could we sneak past the other one? That's not looking good. I'm just going to delete it because I don't care about rebuilding it to try and save a minuscule amount of money. Really? Oh, I got rused. It's just red when it's not connected to anything. Yeah. Okay. No, one out there. You know what? I'm okay with that spot. It's fine. Because we'll build some like paths basically heading down here in rows. I think that'll be perfectly reasonable. Power. What do we want to do with power lines? Do I want to snake power lines all the way over there? We could just start a new power grid. I think I might want to do that. I think that'd be more interesting. Kind of flat. Okay, so getting too close to the ridge is certainly a problem. Also, this grid we put in here is actually not aligned with anything, but we can get pretty straight. So we're okay there. Yeah, we'll do that. That's a good start for the initial power placement. And I'm kind of feeling something like that, a path like right on the hillside there. I think that'd be kind of neat. That links up there. Maybe this can come straight across. We do this. And yes. So maybe, I don't think that's that big. No, that works. So we can do another enclosure on the waterfront there. That'll be fine. Perfect. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. I think that's a good secondary pod. So this is probably where I put my gates. with the new ranger station too. Can't fit that one there. We can fit the Dimetrodon gate here. Should have thought about the proximity of the tour there a little bit. We'll just flatten this back a little bit. We'll squeeze the gate in and then we'll smooth. Do it like that. Yeah, that looks okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, amenities we can put in later. Let's get the ranger station. Yeah. Response facility. Whatever. Maybe this way? Kind of weird putting it like that. Jeeps have to curve around, but I think we'll do it. Ah. Oh God. Okay, that'll have to do. Actually, not that much space to fit it in here too. So it's like almost pixel perfect getting it in there at all. Okay. Yeah, then amenities down here. We can squeeze in a hotel or something somewhere. Then we've got room for another enclosure here of some description, and then potentially more herbivore stuff over here or something. Or a lagoon can go in over here, maybe. What I originally was thinking for a lagoon, but it might be an option. Park's coming together. So I like this big scenic lake in the middle that we're building around. I think that's nice, keeping the lake here kind of intact. That's kind of cool. All right, power is on. Okay. So our amenity demand doesn't seem to be much of a thing. Okay, so what are our staff doing while we've been doing this? Where do we leave off here? So you need a rest. We got these guys back. Oh, we're gonna talk about doing an expedition for Dimetrodon, right? And then Triceratops is 6 logistics. Let's make sure we set the 93 skin here. Not the 2001 and the 97. Those are from from the Pteranodon mod, but I'm not using those skins. Just don't wanna. Also, this is a little weird under the tree. That's also a little weird, but more natural than the perfectly shaped dirt patch. Okay, we could sedate and move the parasaurs. Let's start doing that. I think that's a good idea. Oh, we do have the second ranger team. We can do this pretty quick. Okay, that one can't be clicked on. That's cool. Oh, that one's already queued up. Where's that ninja one? Yeah, he literally can't be clicked on. What bullshit? He's the chosen one. Huh. Well, most of them seem to already be done. Don't trank that guy. What the fuck? Yeah, still this one here that's just like, and just can't be darted. Back it up, dude. You're too close. Alright. I saw. Okay, that one's queued up. That one's queued up, that one's queued up, that one's queued up. This one down here hasn't been targeted. There we go.
Heading to pick up the asset. Heading to collect the asset. Picking up asset. Adding task.
Let's get them some tree nut. Ground nut. Let's just replace this tree line. What's kind of going on here with some of their stuff?
Acknowledged. Request acknowledged. Understood. Assets in the air.
Okay.
Transit has commenced. Transporting.
Oh yeah, we never really did check what the pachycephalosaurs thought of their. Nope, they're fine. How many did we have in the end here? 14.
Asset has been collected. Asset delivery confirmed. No problem. Transit has commenced.
Well, there we go. Everybody's off to the races, having fun. That looks
Asset has been
good to
collected.
me.
Delivery complete.
Oh,
Transport.
missed one.
Asset.
It's gonna take time for them to all be airlifted anyway, so they shouldn't even matter.
Confirming asset delivery. Delivery has been completed. Asset
Not
transportation.
4. 1, 2, 3.
Delivery complete.
Okay, and there's fossils. That is, yeah. Dimetrodon was one that was like this, where it's like a ton of little shit. 86%. Might as well process that batch. So do that. You rest. Okay, research stuff. So I'm assuming, yeah, that's a 9. We can't do that. We don't know. So the marine reptile is going to be a roll as well. We can't start it anyway. I think Pterodactylus and Sunriptorus, yeah. The Sunriptorus is a 9 as well. I think we just probably knock out something here. If we have a good 1-4. Okay, we really don't, do we? None of these are good. I'll just research Carnotaurus. There's no way we get through this campaign without using Carnotaurus, because it's my favorite dinosaur, so... Like, if we don't use it here in Japan, we'll use it in Europe, so having it researched is fine. Okay, I think we can wrap this episode up here then.
Transported.
Getting a lot of building and layout stuff done out of the way. I'll put the amenities in between episodes and we can go from there.